Hello everyone, and welcome to another installment of my Memoir 44 Breakthrough campaign that I'm in the process of developing on Operation Bagration. Well, we've come to the third scenario of the center portion of the offensive, and this is the one which targets the capital, Minsk, which was the original target of the offensive. But yeah, everything went so well that they actually continued the offensive, albeit under different names. The working title for this scenario is The Jaws Snap Shut. Before I mention any more details, I guess I should mention, in case you're wondering, hey, did I miss any scenarios? Yes, I haven't been recording these types of videos for all scenarios to date. So yeah, let's just say that some of them are going to remain a complete surprise for even for those of you who follow my channel from time to time. When the campaign is finished, and I'm about halfway now, because there's a northern part, a center part, and a southern part, and I'm about halfway through the center part now. So when it is released, and I'll release it on Board Game Geek when the time comes, and I suppose it will still take at least half a year. It will require more playtesting, and I actually have to play the campaign itself, so using reinforcement tokens, victory rolls, and all that, which could still somewhat change the balance of some scenarios. So that is something I still really need to fine tune. But anyway, if you're thinking like, hey, did I miss any scenarios? You probably did, because I haven't been making these types of videos for each and every one of them. This scenario, for now, I mean, I may still make some changes depending on how playtesting goes. This is the very first playtest I'm going to do of this scenario. But for now, I've started off by requiring 16 medals. The Russians start with 7 cards, and they move first, and the Germans 5. As you can see, the Germans start with 9 medals already in their possession. I always show the Allies side, because when I clean up the board and I actually have the German side up, and I forget that they're there, and sometimes I tend to lose them, or they just fall off, so I just always put them Allies side up. Yeah, so the Germans start in possession of the 4 town X's of Minsk, of the 2 exit markers there, which are also the road leading off board and the railroad leading off board, both of which, especially the railroad, was crucial in evacuating German troops and preventing them from being encircled, which wasn't a big success. I mean, many of them actually did get encircled. They also start in possession of this town here, Marina Gorka, Berezino and Borisov, and except for those 2 exit markers, which are only German objective medals, all the other ones are Russian objective medals and victory medals, obviously, as well. As you can see, there's some cavalry. There's a Nebelwerfer here, or a Screaming Mimi, as the game calls them. This is an assault gun unit, which is a special weapons asset. Functions as infantry, but the unit hits vehicles on stars if it doesn't move, and it has, just like sandbags, +1 cover if it doesn't already have cover, because of the terrain. Those are the most important attributes of that particular unit. What else do we have? Well, the Nebelwerfer, as I said, it's actually been painted. It came in the equipment pack, but a friend of mine painted it for me, just like this Tiger unit over here that you can see. That's the German 5th Panzer Division, by the way. The Tigers and the tanks that you see there, and the mechanized infantry here in the back. Looks like French resistance, but obviously they're meant to be partisans. So those are there as well. They function exactly the same way as French resistance units. Here we have a supported armor unit here in the corner, because the Russians were actually breaking through from the north and the south as well. And that's what's being depicted in this scenario by the Russians rolling 3d6. Well, first they actually roll, and then on certain combinations they get certain types of reinforcements if they're lucky, and then they roll 3 dice, well, 1 die, and that depends, that determines whether any such reinforcements enter on the left side of the board or the right side of the board. And you start counting here. This is supposed to be an entry marker, but I don't have enough of them. You roll 3 dice then, and if you roll a 3, the unit enters here, 4 here, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up to here to 13, and the same thing happens on the other side of the board. Obviously you can't enter here, but you could enter here. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, well, like that. So yeah, the Russians will probably start appearing in the Germans' backs as well. Is there anything else I should really mention that is noteworthy or nice to know? Well, yeah, there's also, what's that rule called again? Collapsible boats and rafts. All the infantry type units can use it. What I always do is I always use a minefield marker. Let's see if I can find one for when a unit has actually used it, and then I put a minefield marker showing a 0, and that depicts and denotes that the unit has already used that particular ability. In this case, they wouldn't use it more often than once, but in some scenarios there are actually more rivers, so you can only use it once and not more often. Yeah, what else do we have? Well, cavalry, mobile artillery, resupply rules are in effect for the Russian trucks over here, and yeah, and the Russians can also build pontoon bridges should they want to. Yeah, so now I'm going to play test and see how it turns out. The map itself won't change. I don't think I will change anything as far as the units is concerned, unless it's really necessary. What I might change is the number of medals required. But yeah, let's see how the scenario turns out. And once I've completed it, I will give you a brief after action report. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.